My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down every single fight card. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And the first fight on the UFC 271 main card is Nasrat Haqparast versus Bobby Green. Nasrat Haqparast is 13-4 overall. He's 3-2 in his last 5, coming off that surprising loss to Dan Hooker. Bobby Green is 28-12 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, and he's coming off that awesome knockout win over Al Iaquinta. Nasrat Haqparast is a very good striker, but again, he is coming off of that loss to Dan Hooker, where he had absolutely no answer for the wrestling or the takedowns. And that's surprising because historically, he's had pretty good takedown defense. And even when he does get taken down, he usually pops right back up to his feet. If you ignore the Dan Hooker fight and you just go back to the Alex Munoz fight, for example, he defended 8 takedowns. And Alex Munoz is a very good wrestler and grappler. And I say all this because I think the grappling loss to Hooker might have been more of a fluke than anything. He likely was not expecting to wrestle in that fight. And let's not forget, he had visa issues. His mom died the week before, and there was a lot working against Nasrat. But Nasrat is a nasty striker. He's got some really good takedown defense, and he's got some decent grappling skills when he needs them. Bobby Green is a busy striker, and he's got a showboat style, but he has tons of volume and solid wrestling as a kicker. He's coming off his first knockout win in a very long time, where he just straight up retired Al Iaquinta with just a textbook 1-2 combination. And before that, he had an awesome fight with Rafael Fiziev, where he hung with who a lot of people will argue is the best striker in the division, and he even stole that last round. He has a Roy Jones Jr. boxing style where he keeps his hands really low, and then he jumps in and leaps in with his jabs and his rights. He's pretty good everywhere, and Bobby Green is as tough as they come. And this is an interesting matchup because Nasrat is a fantastic striker who at one point looked like he was going to be the future of the division. Bobby has always been an incredibly talented guy, but historically, he didn't really live up to that potential. I think if this fight stays standing, Nasrat will have the cleaner and more powerful strikes, but Bobby is so tough that he will absolutely hang. If the fight gets to the ground, then I think Bobby has a pretty clear advantage there. The concern here is that Bobby does not always use his wrestling, and even in the fight with Fiziev, who had a pretty clear striking advantage, Bobby only had 2 half-ass takedown attempts, so he didn't even try to really get that to the ground, which would have been his path. And that's what makes this a tricky pick. I want to go with Bobby because Dan Hooker showed us what the path to victory is, but you can't always trust Bobby to not fall into a striking rhythm and not keep it there. I'm still going to lean Bobby here because the reality is that he's a very good striker, and he may be outmatched, but he's still a very good striker who can hang. He's incredibly tough. But I am worried about his game planning and sometimes his poor decision-making. So really fun fight opening the main card at UFC 271. I'm leaning Bobby Green, but we'll see what happens when the fight gets a little closer.